Good morning, market snipers. This is Jesse getting started right at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time again, right on the dot. Here we go. This is our 16th consecutive live stream that the stock market is open. Previous streak was 75. We missed one day. I might miss one or two in the near future. Uh-oh, look out. We'll find out. We'll see if we can make at least a shorter version of it in the near future. Be traveling to go see I'm going to meet my mom in Minnesota and go see grandma. She's 92. And, of course, when you're 92, you have a limited amount of time on this planet. So go spend some time with her. And typically I would go back to Minnesota like once per year. But since she's getting older, I've been trying to go back at least twice per year. And so we're going to go see grandma at the end of January. So the streak might end again. So, but family comes first, right? I know Market Sniper family, but we got the real family too. 92 years old. We got to go over there. Good morning, everyone. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, right? If you're new to the channel, awesome. Welcome. The first 15, 30 minutes, we're going to go through some charts. Typically, Fridays usually aren't as long. They're a little bit quieter on Fridays. We're going into the weekend. There's not as much action going on. So we're going to probably go through at least 15, 20 minutes worth of charts because we've been covering it all week anyways. And then put in your requests. I don't know if I can get to all of your requests. So the early bird gets the worm. Whoever puts in their request first with all the details, I'll be able to cover it all. But I don't think we're going to go the full hour today. We will see. We'll see how it goes. And let's jump right into it. Aldo, first one here. All right, Aldo, welcome. Welcome back. John Pye, hello, everybody. Welcome back. John Pye, good to see you. 4K Mods. Hello, Jesse, the Abercrombie and Fish guy. There you go. Not only did you add the M, but you added fish. That's great. That's great. Not so much action on Friday. NVIDIA is going to the moon. Oh, for sure. Yeah, NVIDIA is going to the moon. Abercrombie and Fish is already at the moon, right? So we'll see if NVIDIA, hit the mic. We'll see if NVIDIA hits longer-term moon target 2 of Abercrombie and Fitch. Abercrombie, now you got me saying it. Abercrombie, a.k.a. NANF. So we'll get into all that. Javier, good morning. So this is Bitcoin, right? We talked about it. We covered it. The quick recap, right? Just to get in the flow. It was oversold, bullish divergence, reversal candle, higher low, buy signal back here on October 15th. Price took off to the upside, right? We know all that. We cover it every single live stream. But I just like to get back in the flow, right? I like to get back in the flow. And then it was starting to get overbought, was putting in bearish divergence. We talked about it, even going back way back here, bearish divergence, overbought, bearish divergence, right? All the way up here, bearish divergence. And then it was putting in this, after hitting longer term target 4, it was putting in this bearish candle. And yeah, okay, bearish candles, we got it, right? But the reason why this bearish candle was a little bit different is, it's had bearish divergence for a long time. A, right? B, it hit a key longer term target 4. And C, MicroStrategy might have been leading the way on January 2nd and had a very similar looking candle as Bitcoin did on 11. So there was multiple reasons why, that bearish candle looked different to me this time around. And we were pointing it out. We were talking about it. We were covering it. And then the next candle, price broke all the way down, sell signal. Boom. All the buy the dippers are coming out strong on the Twitter X app, on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. It's par for the course, right? It's par for the course. It's typical. They buy these wicks, right? And then puts in a lower high and then dumps back down. It was looking like a possible bear flag. We thought price could even possibly come back up in the trailing dots, maybe even pump back above, put in a more defined lower high, but it didn't, right? It was after this bear flag was starting to play out, it started to break back down. So let's take a look at it. That's Bitcoin recap, right? So here we are in real time. We had this line drawn out all the way since December 18th. We had drawn it out in the future. We had drawn it out to the upside as well. And so it was a key trend line of a candle close below. There was no candle close below here, but there was a candle close here that we were talking about. And I had drawn out a horizontal line and posted on the Twitter X app that this candle close here, if you're closing below here, right, that's taking out that pivot low again. And it did yesterday, right? So we were talking about it before it happened, before price even went below it at 41,000. I don't know, I put it on a Twitter X app, I can't remember, but it was like 41,740-ish or 750-ish, right? And so price was above it at the time, and then it went all the way down, wicked down to 40,700-ish, and then end up closing back up here below it, right? A lot of people were talking about finding support over here. It did not, right? Many thought it was going to find support, and it did not. So we don't know if this bear flag is going to work out. It's working out in the direction, but my thoughts on it. If you've been following me for more than 2 years, or you're in the Discord or whatever, I've talked about it a lot. I don't have any real data on this, but I think, in my own personal opinion, in my own personal research and stuff and experience, I feel like patterns work out in the right direction, maybe 50% of the time. And then to actually hit the price target, right? If you map out the bear flag, and this is the pole of that bear flag, right? That I think it works out less than 50%. I think it's probably like 30% of the time, right? So just enough to keep everyone interested in patterns. I think they still work great as ideas. And this one, it is working out to the downside. And of course, if it can find confluence to some key sniper target areas, then I'm all about it, right? Then I'm all about it. It's just one more notch in the belt, one more check mark on the checklist of why price could go to a certain area. We make, predictions, or not predictions, but we draw out squiggly lines, yellow squiggly lines of what we think could happen, but we're not predicting that it's for sure going there. We're just drawing it out as an idea that what could happen, and try to play it out to the best of our ability. So Bitcoin's breaking down, right? We know that. We've been talking about it. We've been covering it. It's getting very close to the second target, right? The first target was already hit. I took it off the screen so we can see it a little bit better, and it's coming down to target 2. So of course we're going to expect bounces along the way, but maybe we don't get one because of this bear flag, or it's not a big bounce. Maybe it bounces back up into this, horizontal line, back up into this upward trend line, and then comes back down as well. So it's possible, right? As it continues to play out, you got this bear flag, right? Could start to go like this, right? Maybe even bounce back up and then comes back down, right? And that bear flag would still be valid, right? So we'll see how it plays out, or it could just continue straight down, right? And then get that bounce, that retracement, and then maybe even higher, right? Who knows? And then come back down like this, maybe put in some bullish divergence, and then come out like that. And then we would just draw the new trend line, something like that. So we'll see how it plays out. The overall idea is the same. So we'll continue to watch it and monitor it over here. But as of right now, it's just kind of breaking straight down. And that bear flag could be coming down. And then, of course, the next possible buy the dip opportunity will be here before we know it, whether it's February, whether it's March, whatever it is, right? It doesn't look like it's going to be in January, as it's still going downwards. It hasn't even reached bottom yet. And then it's got to go through, a bottoming phase, right? Just as this went through a topping pattern, could take some time to play out. Maybe it's down for January, and then it's a battle in February, and then the breakout happens after that, and we are off to the races after that. So it's not doom and gloom here. This is the next possible buy the dip scenario, right? Just as this was a buy the dip scenario down here at about 27,000, massive move. That's what we're looking for next. And of course, if you look back here, this went through a bottoming phase as well, right? So you got from August to October, another month or so, right? After it broke down, went through a bottoming phase, and then came out back to the upside, right? So very similar, patterns that play out over and over and over again. So we'll continue to watch it. And you can see how it was breaking down, went through this, put in bullish divergence, and then a buy signal and the next breakout right there. Even put in another higher low at that point and then broke out to the upside. So that is the game plan. That's what we're continuing to watch. And then, see if it starts to break out before the halving, right? That's our main thought process, is that it finds support and it breaks out to the upside before the next halving again. And then throw in some other narratives. The ETFs continue to gain strength, even though they're dropping. All 14 billion in inflows, right? 14 billion in inflows. Well, are they inflowing to short it? Because just because you have inflows coming in doesn't mean you can't put short positions on. So anyways, but if it comes all the way down and then finds bottom, even on the ETFs, even on Bitcoin, and then those short positions turn into buy positions, it could be an explosive move to the upside. It'll be a fun time, could be exciting. And we want to make sure our meme and our GIF game is in full force over there. I was talking about it yesterday. So we will see. We will see. Are you still short? No. If you missed the live stream yesterday, Aldo, no. I was up. I think you're referring to the NASDAQ. I was up 4 digits and I got stopped out at a 3-digit loss. So no, I'm not still short the NASDAQ. Morning, fam. Jonathan Martinez, welcome back. Ollie, 14 billion in losses. Oh, 14 billion loss. That's the ETF. Yeah. So I know they're down. Like I put out a tweet post yesterday about all the ETFs and that they're all down like 20 to 27% or 17 to 27%. All 11 ETFs were down. So they are currently down right now. We will see. All right. I do remember that. Yep. So that's Bitcoin. Could it find support slightly above target? Sure, that happens a lot, right? They like to front run my targets. So we'll see. We'll see where it finds support. Maybe puts another lower high. Maybe it pumps up a little bit higher, comes back down, right? So it's just the overall, waiting for that next buy the dip scenario, wherever that is, however it plays out. That's the thought process that we're doing. And that's what we're playing over there. So let's switch gears over here. Let's go over. We know Bitcoin's correcting. Let's jump over to Ethereum, right? Ethereum down 1.69%. Had a candle close below the trading dots. We talked about that. And I pointed out on, I think it was on Twitter X app as well. So definitely go follow me over there. Follow me on Market Sniper Pro. And then don't forget to follow me over there on Jesse Olson, because I did post it the other day or yesterday, I believe. So definitely go follow me over there. It was the Grayscale ETH. No, was it a Grayscale or futures? Oh man, I can't remember now. I can't remember now. One of those two already had a sell signal, right? So already one of those two had a sell signal. I don't know if it was the futures. It might have been Grayscale ETH. Yeah, it wasn't the futures. Grayscale ETH. Let's see. I think I thought I had it on here. ETH E. Yeah, right there. There we go. Had a sell signal, right? So ETH, spot ETH, and ETH futures does not have a sell signal, but Grayscale Ethereum Trust does have a sell signal. So I put out there, is the dog wagging the tail, or is the tail wagging the dog, right? So we'll see. It had a sell signal back here, pumped all the way back up. Had a sell signal here, still currently bearish. Had a daily candle close below the trending dots. If you look at ETH over here, is it leading the way? We don't know, right? Candle close below, no sell signal as of yet. Possible MACD bearish crossover is pending as we speak, right? So RSI sell signal pending. Candle close below the trending dots. Bearish divergence going back to January 11th. A lot of similarities to Bitcoin. Could see a sell signal in the near future and then come all the way back down, and I might have to start putting out some targets, right? Might have to start putting out some targets to the downside. Maybe the higher targets don't get hit right as of now. Maybe it comes back later. We've only hit this second longer term target out of 4 so far. Bitcoin's hit not only 2, but 3, and then the 4th target. So we will see, but it could be breaking down. Bearish divergence over on Ethereum. We got to go a little bit faster. We're already at 15 minutes. As you can see, DOT is back into target 2, right? We were talking about that, covering it. We're going to come back down here. You got double wick bottoms over here. And then we're going to find out if it's going to take out those double wick bottoms and come back down here. So that's what we have over on DOT. Sand is breaking down from target 3. We'll see if it comes back down to target 4, and then looking for that next possible buy the dip scenario on Sand. Currently is still trending down on the daily chart. Could go much lower. Mana, right? Mana could continue to adjust these trend lines to be more conservative on a potential breakout, right? So let's kind of do that like that. So we'll continue to watch and monitor all these crypto assets. Chainlink, oh, got a lot going on over here. So let's see. Kind of zoom out here on Chainlink. We redrew it over here. Didn't change this to green. Let's change it to green over here real fast on Chainlink. Probably need to map out the targets for sure on Chainlink, but we got some eyeball tests over here. Kind of looks pretty good over here like that. We'll have to take a look at it. Could be breaking back down. Sell signal pumped all the way back up. We'll find out if it continues to consolidate and or break down. Near starting to break down, heading towards the next target downwards, right? We were talking about that, whether it breaks out there, breaks out here, or down here, right? So that's near the next possible buy the dip scenario. Solana starting to break back down, heading towards the next target to the downside, right? And then the next possible buy the dip over here. Let's do like that. Cardano, they're all going to start looking very similar, so I don't need to spend a bunch of time on it. Hit the 200-week moving average, hit one target, it barely hit target 2. You have to zoom in to see it, heading back down to target 2. Got a lot of confluence over here. Got a 4th target down here. We will see Matic breaking back down below the 200-week moving average. And then let's switch gears over to the Magnificent 7, right? So you've got NASDAQ making all-time highs. Only hit one target to the downside, right? So based off of lower time frames, only hit one target to the downside. It was starting to look like a possible lower high. It was breaking down and then pushed back up, closed above the trending dots, right? So if it had closed back below the trending dots, then the short would have worked out to the downside. I was up 4 digits. I end up, I thought about closing it out, but my plan was to just let it stop me out with a 3-digit loss if it doesn't work out. And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I thought about it based off of the 4-hour chart. There was a reversal candle. Then it regained the trending dots. Then there was a buy signal. I'm like, I could take $200 profit. I could take $300 profit. And then it was back to 0. And I was like, just let it stop me out. Whatever. I don't care. That was my original plan, right? So a 3-digit loss, nothing to lose sleep over. Was up 4 digits. So, 4 digits would have been a lot better than a 3-digit loss. But here we are, still bullish on the daily chart. It's back above the trending dots. It's making all-time highs, right? We took a little swing there on a possible lower high. It was not confirmed. There was no sell signal. It didn't close below the trending dots, blah, 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 right? But what I was talking about on the 4-hour chart, I was watching it in real time, right? And I was like, oh, reversal candle. Uh-oh. And it was pumping back up. And even at the reverse candle, I could have locked in probably like almost 4 digits. I think it was close to 4 digits, right? And then it started to pump back up. Then it was back down to like $400, and then like I don't know. It was getting back over here like $300 on the buy signal, and I was like, but my original plan was, so in hindsight, right? In hindsight, but my original plan was to let it stop me out, and that would be a $300 loss. I think it's 280. I think it was a $280 loss over there. So I let it stop me out with a 3-digit loss over there. So not the end of the world. Obviously I don't go all in, right? I don't go all in. That's NASDAQ. It is bullish on the daily chart. It is bullish on the weekly chart. And we put out these ANF longer term targets, right? Longer term targets. That short was, what if it just comes back to the trending dots? It would have been a nice short play, even to the downside, and then it finds support and then comes back up and hits these longer term targets. It was a counter trade based off of lower time frames. Wasn't thinking that it was going to crash back down the 200-week moving average. It's possible, but it's above the all-time highs. It's 16,600 on the weekly chart. It's bullish. It's above the trending dots. And we've got these Abercrombie and Fitch, or as 4K, was it 4K mods or Aldo? Who said it? Oh, 4K mods. Abercrombie and Fish. There we go. So what if NASDAQ comes up and hit ANF target 1? It's possible, right? It's possible. 20,000-ish up there. A second one at 25,000. Obviously, there's a lower probability up here. We don't know. But if we switch gears over to NVIDIA, right? NVIDIA came up after taking out the all-time high, similar to Abercrombie and Fitch. Came up and hit Abercrombie and Fitch target 1 over here, consolidated for like a month, and now is broken out to the upside. It's ultra bullish on the weekly chart, and it is pumping towards Abercrombie and Fitch target over there, aka ANF is much easier to say over there, ANF. So we will see. NVIDIA is pumping hard. It is ultra bullish. It's really far extended away from the 200-week moving average. One day, maybe the 20% gap gets filled. I would be surprised if one day it doesn't get filled, but it's not even trending that way at all. But we're going to leave it on there because we talked about it a long time ago. We covered it way back here. We will see. Meta. We're going to have to put on that Abercrombie and Fitch targets for Meta as well. We're going to have to do that. So we'll do that. Stay tuned for Monday live stream. Actually, I might put out, I'll probably do a newsletter. I always do one on, I've been doing like the full write-up on Sunday. I might do a shorter version today as well. So definitely go follow me over there on the free newsletter. And on the free newsletter, we were talking about opportunity alerts, right? So definitely go follow me over there, the indicator. I don't know why it's not working, but you have to type in www.theindicator, or you could just go over here and click the link, right? So if you just type in without the www, the indicator.pro, so the DNS or whatever for the website, I don't know what's happening over there, but it's not really working unless you put in the www. So you might have to click that link, right? And then click the link over there. But go follow me over there. And I'm going to do at least the opportunity alerts once per week on the full write-up. If something comes across, that catches my attention throughout the week, I might do it then as well. But I'm going to be doing it based off of weekly candle closes, right? So we did opportunity alert on PayPal, Teladoc, and then natural gas. So on all of them, after a buy signal on the weekly chart, what's happened is that they've gotten a little bit of a retracement and consolidated afterwards. And then now PayPal's breaking out to the upside. So just because the buy signal happened on the weekly chart doesn't mean it's going to go straight to the moon. Could actually go down first based off of lower time frames. And I did talk about that on the newsletter with the full write-up over there for free. So definitely subscribe over there, share it with your friends and family. They would help me, help you, help me. So appreciate that. Meta, we'll have to put on those targets, just eyeball testing it. What if it comes up here, right? What if it comes up here, right? So we will see. I'll map it out. Maybe I'll put it out on a shorter version of the newsletter, and then also do the longer version on Sunday. So that's Meta. Amazon is bullish on the weekly chart, right? We'll stay on the weekly chart for right now. Hasn't even taken out the all-time highs, right? What if Amazon takes out the all-time highs, similar to the other stocks, right? The other Magnificent Seven. Amazon corrected deeper than a lot of the stocks. Meta and Amazon both corrected back to the March 2020 lows. A lot of the other Magnificent Seven stocks did not. So they corrected deeper And Meta is now taking out the all-time highs. What if Amazon also takes out the all-time highs and then comes up all the way to the ANF targets as well? We'll keep an eye on it. Currently bullish on the weekly chart. Microsoft is ultra bullish. We'll have to put on the ANF targets. Took out the all-time highs over here, right? Consolidated around the all-time highs, retraced, and then broke out to the upside. Ultra bullish on the weekly chart. And we'll have to put out the ANF targets on Microsoft as well. Tesla breaking down, right? Breaking down. Came all the way down here. Never came back down to the March 2020 lows either. That's all the way back down at $24, right? So it is bearish right now on the weekly chart. It is breaking down below the 200-week moving average. Will it find support? We don't know. But when it does, this is a longer-term downward trend line. So I would be watching it like this, higher probability reversal, waiting and watching for it to find support, whatever that is here, or up here, right? That means it could possibly be a bigger move to the upside. But as of right now, it is trending downward. It looks like it put in another lower high. See if it takes out another lower low. If it doesn't take out this lower and make another lower low, then you could see it possibly finding support, coming up, building a base over here, and then breaking out for a bigger move to the upside. So we will see. But it's currently bearish on the weekly chart. It is ultra bearish on the daily chart. As you can see, it's getting oversold, right? It's getting oversold and is ultra bearish on the daily chart. So we were talking about it, bearish divergence, reverse candle, and then just drop straight back down. Apple weekly chart, right? Looks like the breakout is here. Took out the all-time highs over here. With this, consolidated, right? Put in another higher high, higher low, and now it looks like it's breaking out to the upside. It looks like it's going to fill this gap over here at 191-ish. So if you look at it, the weekly chart at a buy signal, it's back above the trending dots on the weekly chart, right? Double wick bottom over here. We were calling it out. We were talking about it. Gapped back above. We've got a candle close back above the trending dots, a buy signal, and then this downward trend line. Now it's back above it. So it looks like it's a possible breakout. Looks like this could possibly be take out the all-time highs over here, and then we might have to put on the Abercrombie and Fitch, aka ANF targets as well. So it's possible, right? Apple is breaking out to the upside. This is a key target area, by the way. This is a key target area when just below this third target, never hit the fourth target down here, found key support just below the third target, and then broke back up above to the upside, right? So that is a classic bullish retracement and breakout to the upside. We love to see those, right? That's Apple. Google, daily chart is bullish. Weekly chart is bullish, right? And it looks like it could be taking out the all-time highs in the near future. We'll have to put on the Abercrombie and Fitch targets. It is bullish and it looks like it's taking out all-time highs. I can't wait, and I'm hoping Bitcoin follows the same path, right? What if we're similar to like Bitcoin coming up into this area, gets a retracement, and then takes off to the upside right before the halving? It would line up with a lot of these Magnificent Seven stocks. It would line up with Abercrombie and Fitch, right? And so I can't remember if I have those targets on here or if let's go back over to Sniper Top 40 list. Do I have it over here? Yes, I have it over here. All right. So what if it's consolidating similar to the Magnificent Seven before the all-time highs, right before, right? For a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so, we don't know. And then breaks out before the halving, comes back up, flips this fourth target from resistance into support, challenges the all-time high, takes out the all-time high in 2024, and then price is coming back up into here, and then possibly all the way back up into here. I have another major reason why price could be above $114,000. And I've posted on the Twitter X app and will continue to do so over there. So we will see this next possible buy the dip scenario on Bitcoin. We have longer term possible opportunities where Bitcoin could possibly go over $100,000, possibly as high as Abercrombie and Fitch target 2. If Abercrombie and Fitch can hit these higher targets, why not Nvidia? Why not Bitcoin? Right. So we will see how it plays out. That was coming back full circle over here. But as of right now, we're still watching it on the lower time frames, and we will see how it plays out. Whether it hits target 1, 2, or 3, we will find out. Apple hit 3 targets to the downside and then bounce, right? 3 targets. I think this is the third target. 3 targets to the downside and then found support and bounce. So we'll see how it plays out. Let's keep going. We covered crypto. We covered Magnificent Seven. Woo! Look at these possible opportunities. Wow, that is crazy. We drew this out back here, right? We drew this out back here on Bitfarms. We're talking about possible bounce back up, put it in a lower high, and then possibly drop all the way back down here. I just eyeball tested it. It could go lower, right? Possibly could go lower, or it could find support like I drew it out here and then come out for the next possible buy the dip opportunity. Maybe it takes longer. Maybe it takes until March to consolidate, but Bitfarm is playing out almost exactly the way I drew it out. So we will see how it plays out. CLSK heading towards target 4 out of 4, right? Bearish divergence, reverse candle breaking down. We will be there for the next possible buy the dip opportunity. Marathon Digital continue to break down. Riot is ultra bearish, right? Did a full round trip on Riot. Crazy. WGMI, we are going to make it. This one's not playing out exactly, right? It's still coming down here. So maybe it does something like that, right? We will see. Could take some time to play out, right? Could go much lower as well. Hive, right? Hive, MIGI breaking down. Hut, wow. Hut really broke down, right? Hut is really breaking down. Even took out this wick here, ultra bearish, right? So we will see. Not the full bear market lows, right? The full bear market low is $3.93. So still could put in a higher low from there and then find support and then turn back around. So pump, dump, consolidate, pump, dump again, right? So it's like catching lightning in a bottle, but man, there's such big moves to the upside. They're still fun to play to the upside. And I even played this one to the downside with options, even though I didn't sell I sold some of my stock there and then just pulled the plug on the rest of the stock right around $9 because I was in at $8.80. So pulled the rest of it and then it kept dipping, right? It just kept dipping. So we will see. We'll be ready for the next buy the dip scenario. Could take some time to play out. Maybe February, March. Who knows how long it takes. Wolf breaking all the way back down as well. They're all looking the same. Natural gas, right? Natural gas looking here, pumped all the way up. Could put in a higher low. And then we will see. There was a buy signal on the weekly chart. Then we talked about a more defined higher low would be a higher probability, right? So you got a low, possible higher low, another possible higher low. We don't know, too early to say. But then we're going to draw it out like this, right? So we're going to draw it out like this. We're going to redraw it, and that will be kind of like that higher probability. Could take some time to play out, right? Could take some time to play out. I put on there, let's see, weekly chart, right? Weekly chart. Talked about it even. So I called this out on the newsletter, on the last newsletter. There's a buy signal on the weekly chart at $6.84. And I said, based off the lower time frames, the daily chart and lower, it is overbought, it is overextended. And we could see, even though there's a buy signal on the weekly chart, we could see price even we could even see price gap down, and it did, right? It gapped down. And so we take a look at it. It was getting overbought. It was pumping way up here. Could gap down. It did. And then there's a reverse candle. And now we kind of drew out these two possible scenarios, right? Looking for that next possible higher low that gets put in, wherever that is. And then we'll just kind of adjust it like that. And then we'll look for that next possible buy the dip opportunity. So weekly chart, buy signal. It's a longer term play, right? But in the shorter term, could get better pricing. And so if you zoom out here, instead of buying it, because I posted it after the close, so you wouldn't have been able to buy it based off of the weekly chart on the opportunity alert. That was by design, right? And so in the shorter term, it could come back, and then you could possibly get lower pricing. And then you look at it from here, even if it does find support here, instead of a 70%, now it could be a possible 135% by the dip scenario. But that's the way it's drawn out now. It's going to be a higher probability once it starts to break out to the upside, and then it could be all systems go from there on United States Natural Gas Fund. We'll be there to watch it. The trending dots are still green. This is a wild animal as well. It pumps up, it dumps down, and then we'll see it. The next pump could be the next pump, just like what we've been talking about and covering on PayPal for a long time. And lo and behold, here we go. Looks like very similar. There's a buy signal on the weekly chart, right? There's a buy signal on the weekly chart, and I put it out in the free newsletter, and then it retraced back down, found support, right? Put in a higher low, and then it was a pending buy signal on the daily chart, a pending buy signal on the weekly chart still, and here we go. Rock and roll. The moment we've been waiting for, right? The moment we've been watching, waiting, bullish divergence going back since forever, February 2022. It's in the newsletter, all the details, the full write-up over there, explaining everything, talking about what we were seeing, bearish divergence at the top, a reverse candle. Then we got a lower high back here, and then price retraced about 84% with a crash, 84% crash. And then over here, it was even 80% correction from the all-time highs, right? The 200-week moving average hasn't been retested since January 2022, blah, blah, blah. Gap, so many reasons why. Even 134% from the other day at 61.25, right? From the weekly buy signal at 61.25, even though it came back down here, the original weekly buy signal over here, and now it's starting to make its move up 5% today. A lot of people were negative on my Twitter X app talks yesterday about PayPal. They lost their patience. They lost it all. Still talking about it. And if you're in it to win it, you're up 5% today. And if you're from the buy signal on the weekly chart from a month ago, yeah, you had to hold through, maybe some 8%, right? Or probably not even, because and now you'd be up over 6.5%, right? Since the buy signal on the weekly chart. And it could just be starting to get going. Pending buy signal on the weekly chart will turn into a buy signal after the close today, and we're off and running. Now, Teladoc was another one that I put out there. It looked almost identical to PayPal, right? Looking very similar to PayPal, where we had a buy signal. I put it in the newsletter the week after PayPal. So definitely go take a look at it with the full write-up. The buy signal, right? In the shorter term, price could come back down. And then the next move, the next buy the dip on the daily chart could be the one. And here we are, right? Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, this is for educational purposes only. And obviously, hopefully, we find a little bit of entertainment along the way. Could this be the higher low on Teladoc? Could this be the move, right? It's possible it found support at the trending dots on the weekly chart. They had the buy signal over here. It's possible this is the low at $15. It's possible this bullish divergence plays out like PayPal is starting to play out. Might not be this week. Could be next week that we get a pending buy signal. Obviously, it's not going to look like it's going to be this week. It's about to close. But possibly next week we see a pending buy signal. And after next week, we have a buy signal. and then off to the races on Teledoc. We'll continue to watch it over there. So those are the updates that we've been covering. Rivian down 2.8%, similar to Tesla. They move almost identical, right? So breakout, pump, and dump, right? Dumped again. So back to these lows over here, right? Back to these lows over here. And then we'll see if it finds support again. And if so, could be the next possible breakout like that. Let's put something like that, right? So it could be the next possible breakout over there. Got a low, could come back even lower, right? Could come back even lower, and then we will see. But the next possible breakout could be a massive one. So still ultra bearish as of right now. Who knows if it finds support here. If it breaks down from there, could go obviously a lot lower. Weekly chart is bearish. The daily chart is ultra bearish. And to watch and wait. Let me see if I can redraw this, right? Let's redraw this on the weekly chart. So let's see. Yeah, I kind of like that better. So safer bet, higher probabilities. You're looking out over here, right? Maybe it could take some time. Who knows? Maybe it puts in additional bullish divergence, right? And if it does, it means lower prices. So we will see. Too early to say. But the weekly chart is bearish. The daily chart is ultra bearish. And you wouldn't want to pick bottoms right now. You want to wait for a higher probability reversal on Rivian. Now, let's go back, switch gears, and let's start looking at any of the requests on here. Let's go. We're going to talk about PayPal. What would ANF do? Yep, we talked about PayPal. Got it. Rick's Moneymakers Helton. Welcome back. Thank God it's Friday. Awesome, Rick. Good to see you back. Target. Target. It broke down and it's getting a little bit of a bounce today. Let's take a look at it based off of the daily chart, right? Let's look at the daily chart. So it had the sell signal yesterday, confirmed. It was pending sell yesterday. Still got this gap down here, right? So gap down, pumped up a little bit, but it obviously it could come back up, put in a lower high and retest the trending dots. All that stuff is possible, right? Could have found a temporary local bottom, right? Pump back up, put in a lower high, and then come back down. So we will see how it goes, how it plays out, but had a sell signal confirmed yesterday. And so that's what we're kind of watching. Still got this gap down here. And then, of course, if we map out the target, it's probably going to be like, I think we're close to target 1, right? I think we're close to target 1, target 2, target 3, possibly target 4, like that. So we'll see how it plays out on target. That's what we're kind of watching. But did have a sell signal yesterday after bearish divergence. Maybe even went back further, right? Bearish divergence going back to, yep. So from there, right? So bearish divergence, and then a lower high could be put in, and then possible lower prices from there. So daily chart is bearish as of right now. These are the eyeball test targets on target. Hopefully that helps. I don't know if that was you just wanted me to cover it, or it was a target based on something else. Myrna Bacon, good morning. Welcome back. West Diddy, good morning. Marcus Snappers, welcome back. West Diddy, my man. Going to be playing some golf with West Diddy on Sunday. If weather permitting, right? It's supposed to rain on Saturday and possibly Monday, and we're going to be possibly playing golf on Sunday morning. We will see if we get rained out or not. Playing some golf with my man West Diddy. Probably got to go hit some golf balls this afternoon or early evening to knock off some of that rust, so I can continue to beat West Diddy at golf over there. Yep, you guessed it, right? Yeah, I beat West Diddy. Yep. All right, so that's about it. I don't see any other requests. Friday, we'll kind of keep it a little bit shorter, 44 minutes. Thank you for all of your support. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, subscribe to the free newsletter over here. And if you want to take a deeper dive, we've got, you can also subscribe over here, the newsletter. But if you want to take a deeper dive, you want to get the sharpshooter candles and get in the Discord, $29 a month. Or if you want to go full deep dive with recorded coaching videos over here, 60 plus hours of recorded coaching, a second sharpshooter RSI indicator, bot alerts of potential buy and sell alerts for our Sniper Top 40 list, which consists of crypto and some stocks like Apple, NASDAQ, stuff like that. So with that, and then we have the beta test version that's probably going to take a long time to get it worked out, but it's only offered to current market snipers right now for $1. That's right, $1, folks, for beta test. So it's not ready for prime time. So we will leave it as it is as of right now. And with that, thank you. Hope you have a good weekend, and we will see you on Monday. Have a good day.